If a man or a woman can sit by themselves on a cushion for 30 minutes, and that's hard, it's really hard to do. That's meditation. You are essentially struggling with and controlling your internal state. And the first thing to realize is that you can actually observe your mental state. So just the advantage of meditation is not that you're suddenly going to gain the superpower to control your internal state. It's that you will recognize just how out of control your mind is. It is like a monkey flinging feces that's running around the room, making trouble, shouting, breaking things. It's completely uncontrollable. It's an out of control mad person. And you have to see this mad creature in operation before you feel a certain distaste towards it and you start separating yourself from it. And in that separation is liberation. When you realize that, oh, I don't want to be that person. Why am I so out of control? Just that awareness alone calms you down. So there are many techniques one can use. Another one, for example, that I think a lot of smart people say is if you're angry about something or if you get an unhappy email and you want to respond, don't respond for 24 hours. Right? What does that do? It just you calm down. The emotions subside, the hormones go down, and you're in a better mental state 24 hours later. So I think people already know this, but we just don't act on it because socially we're not conditioned to act on it. Socially, we're told go work out, go look good, because that's a multiplayer competitive game. Other people can see if I'm doing a good job or not. Or we're told, go make money, go buy a big house. Again, external multiplayer competitive game. But when it comes to learn to be happy, train yourself to be happy, completely internal, no external progress, no external validation, 100% you're competing against yourself, single player game. And we're such social creatures. We're more like bees or ants that we're externally programmed and driven. That we just don't know how to play and win at these single player games anymore. We compete purely on multiplayer games. But the reality is life is a single player game. You're born alone. You're going to die alone. All your interpretations are alone. All your memories are alone. And you're gone 3 generations. Nobody cares. Before you showed up, nobody cared. It's all single player.
I think Buffett has a great example of that when he gives do you want to be the world's best lover and known as the worst, or the world's worst lover and known as the best, in reference to an inner or external scorecard?
Exactly right. I mean, all the real scorecards are internal. And the sad thing is, we sit there like jealousy. Jealousy was a very hard emotion for me to overcome. When I was young, I had a lot of jealousy in me. And by, I learned to get rid of it. And it still crops up every now and then. But it's such a poisonous emotion because at the end of the day, you're no better off. You're unhappier. And the person you're jealous of is still successful or good looking or whatever they are. But the real breakthrough was when I realized at a personal fundamental level. I mean, the problem with these kinds of podcasts is I can give glib answers all day long, but you have to discover your own personal answer because your personal answer is going to be different than mine and it'll speak to you. But the one that I discovered that spoke to me was the day I realized that all these people that I was jealous of, I couldn't just cherry pick and choose little aspects of their life. I couldn't say, I want his body, I want her money, I want his personality. You have to be that person. Do you want to actually be that person with all of their reactions, their desires, their family, their happiness level, their outlook on life, their self-image? And if you're not willing to do a wholesale 24/7, 100% swap with who that person is, then there's no point in being jealous.
I think that's a
And
great way to
so
look at it.
once I came to that realization, jealousy just sort of faded away because I don't want to be anybody else. I'm perfectly happy being me. And by the way, even that is under my control to be happy being me. It's just there's no social rewards for it.
But there's a lot of internal rewards.
Yeah, it's almost antisocial rewards because when you're working on your inner stuff, people don't love that. It's not they don't dislike it. Your friends, of course, support you, but they're not getting anything out of it. And even when I look at my own peer group and to the extent that they're working on themselves, and everyone in their 40s at some level is, most of them are engaged in group activities. Hey, let's do a group meditation. Hey, let's go to this group event. Hey, let's go to this group lecture. And I keep coming back to this one line that I read, like everything I just read, but which was said, only the individual transcends. Nobody reaches enlightenment or internal happiness or does serious internal work in group settings. It is a very lonely kind of task. And so to some extent, I think that people who are constantly looking for social affirmation in their internal work aren't that serious about it. What they're just, and it's fine. I'm not judging, but just they're craving more social interaction than they're really craving internal work.